Oh, do we have a show planned for you on a Friday? We do begin. David, no one cares here, and we got huge college football news to talk about. We've got a Lions business trip. That was such a bad loss for you, and you just hate to see it. Your pain is my pleasure. All right.
And
yes.
Did I hear Daniel Jones is released?
Yes.
And I guess, I'm like, wait, Mike didn't get excited. He wasn't happy about this, so.
No, because just like college football, my team is so irrelevant and useless. There's no joy.
But this is your wish.
No, listen. No, it's all about the draft. If the Giants go 2-15, you will see a happiness for me that you don't even understand.
Okay.
There'll be a party. But we are going to try to break this up and go 2 by 2. I want to start with the Bryce Underwood stuff now, into Lions with TJ at 3, back to Bryce Underwood and who said it, back to Lions at 5. So we talked about it a little bit last week. I loved what Michigan's idea was. What I don't want to do today is the will it work. I just think it's a conversation for a different day. And I don't want to do the whole provocative. Look, the bottom line is, as I view it as an outsider, right? I'm not a part of the cult. All you want your team to do is try. Whether it works or not is who the hell knows? I've seen teams buy high school players and it bombs. I've seen teams go to the portal and bomb. You got the number one player in America. Optically speaking, win for the program. Mm-hmm. Bryce Underwood, everything I read is bringing friends. Mm-hmm. Do I know who these people are? No, I just know they're allegedly really good.
Top receiver that LSU was bringing in.
There you go. I read about an alignment.
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom line is this. All I can say, and it's funny because I do the hit with the morning show. So Cookies was getting a bunch of texts, and it just shows you how dumb people are. Like, oh, how's Valenti going to spin this negative? What negative? It's fantastic. I wish my school would do something like it. Instead, we're offering all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-eat Flats Grill to some Miami, Ohio commit. Look, I don't know if it will work. If you're looking for me to give you this bold take that it will lead you to a natty or, he's going to transfer. See, I'm not going to do that. It's a win. It's not my money.
Right.
Larry Ellison decided this was the move. All we've got, he's not a U of M grad, is that alleged, Evan showed me a photo that it's his wife or girlfriend might be a Michigan grad and all she wanted under her Christmas tree was a quarterback. So Larry decided, here's your gift. I don't know.
Oh.
Bottom line, listen.
So not the Barstool people.
I think it's both. Or are we kidding?
They split the bill?
I don't know. I don't care. Here's where I've arrived at. It's not my money. Do I like NIL in its current form? No, not my problem. Not my money. What did we say last week? I don't blame Bryce Underwood in the least.
No.
Life-changing money. Now, don't run out and buy a $600,000 car. Got to teach him about compound interest. The point is,
he found the price. Michigan was willing to pay the price.
Because they're desperate.
And he flipped his allegiance.
Right.
Plain and simple. So there's
it's
nothing
business.
to right.
You prey on desperation.
And here's the thing. Right now, Michigan fans are celebrating. Mike, I was up there when Aiden Childs was at a basketball game. And they had just found out that they got him. And state fans were excited and chanting his name. And it's just like, oh, wow. We just hit the lottery. We got our guy.
Hope.
Yes.
It's just hope. And for Michigan, you really didn't have an out. Now, again, we could do a different show. I don't want to do it today because I don't think today's the day. I want to know what you guys think about it. It's your team. But what I'm not going to do is what we like to call the Wojo, the faux concern or concern trolling. I'm not doing it. No, I don't know that it'll wreck your locker room. I think that that's a talking point. There are plenty of expensive teams that are about to go to the playoff with plenty of expensive players. They get along. I think it's a win for Michigan. And again, at least you're trying. Okay?
And here's the thing. Regardless of what happens, because you'll probably end up 6-6. Is that a fair thing to say, David?
Yeah, we'll be Northwestern tomorrow. Yeah.
You will be winning the offseason.
Correct.
Okay? That's not schmarm. That's none of that. That's for real. That's legit. You're going to be winning the offseason because
there's a word for it.
He's going to be bringing in more and more people to come with him.
Well, I'll take it a step.
Momentum.
I'll take it a step further. Sharon Moore has won the season. People won't even remember 6
no matter
and
what
6.
happens at Ohio State, you don't care.
That's a great point.
They won't remember 6 and 6. They'll remember this.
Hey, if I told Michigan fans you have to go 6 and 6 and get sandblasted by OSU, but you're going to have that natty and you're going to get the number 1 player in America, would you sign the deal?
Yeah.
Not a bad trade.
Yeah.
Because, for everybody who was calling for Sharon Moore's head,
see, that's an interesting thing. And again, I don't want to go there.
Go there.
No, because all season I got put in a position where I had to sit here and go, guys, what are we talking about? The guy's been here for 7 weeks. Where are those people who want to can him? Look, and I don't think he's a good coach. But bottom line, win. The whole thing is win. It's not my money. Yeah. I wish my school had their head out of their ass. You know what I like? Michigan's donors said, we're not waiting for Ward. We're not waiting for the school. Find rich guy who maybe his wife wants a quarterback and prey upon it. If I had a hat on today, I'd tip it. Because look, you have to separate for people like me, what you feel about the sport, and then this singular moment you must keep separate. I'm not going to turn Bryce Underwood into this boogeyman argument of everything that's wrong with the sport. If someone offered a family member of mine $12.5 million, you're taking it, period. It's not his fault. I blame the NCAA. I blame what you did yesterday with the whole NIL and the rulings, and I'm like, okay, this is dumb. But if my school were trying, and my school were spending 20, 30, 40 million, whatever it takes, of course, naturally, you would feel slightly different. I think if you're a Michigan fan, you could think it's gross, but you're not going to care if the kid's good because you're not paying for it.
Right there. Because, honestly, you didn't care about anything that you heard last season. You got a natty. So you just kind of shrugged your shoulders and said, well, stuff and things.
Right.
And now you get the momentum. David, you put it best. Sharon Moore's going to be remembered for this, not for the disaster of the season. Could you imagine having this conversation a month ago that Sharon Moore, who was in trouble, would be, trumpeted around and picked up on a chair like he was at a Jewish wedding, and Brian Kelly, who at the time looked like, hey, maybe we can go to playoffs. Well, hey, Brian, you want to come to my office and explain this?
He's in some real trouble.
Because no. Practice is postponed for a second. Brian.
Yeah, we need a sidebar.
Yeah.
Approach the bench.
One thing that Sharon was always touted as was a great recruiter. Everyone knew how wonderful of a recruiter he was.
This isn't recruiting, David. David, he's 20 minutes from your school, and he wouldn't fart in your face for a year and a half. You paid more than double what LSU paid. It's money, and it's okay to say it.
Okay, I get
I'm
that.
not going to let you get away with
but
that.
But he
one.
closed the deal.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
David.
No.
David, the answer is we're not going to turn this into Wolverine fantasy hour. No. It's a bag. And it's okay to say that. This is a transactional business now.
Yeah. She said no until you bought that sports car. Okay, now you're kidding.
I mean, come on now. If LSU was offering 1.5 and you offer 2.5 per, come on, man. This is a business decision now. So I can't allow that. I'm not trying to be a penis to you now, but come on. Don't give me this whole he sat in the living room and ate mommy's mostaccioli and rolled his national title rings across the table and said, son, you're next.
Okay.
No.
But let me jump in here, and maybe both things can be true.
Go ahead. I'll hear peace pointing at both of us. Dual admonishment.
No, I think that David, what you're saying about the being a recruiter, he didn't quit. He didn't stop. He didn't take the 12 no's and just walk away and say, okay, I'm going to get another quarterback. Okay, what can I do? What about this? What about this? What about this?
5,
and finally,
6, 8, 10, 12.5. Yes. But again, the donors do it. NIL is a donor world. Now, the university can work with donors, and they can help the process if you're taking notes in East Lansing. The point is, the donors had the wherewithal and the desperation to get it done. And that's the bottom line in this business now.
And it sounds like they pretty much told Sharon, just go out there and get them. Don't worry about the zeros behind it. We'll write the check.
Even if you have to put a cheating scumbag on Bryce's sidelines as a conduit. Do what you got to do.
He just wins again.
That's it. Do what you got to do.
You know what?
But
We're just
Rico,
going to call him DJ Khaled. All he does is win.
Another one. Look, bottom line, I want your guys' feelings on it. For me, it's easy. There's no slander. There's no smarm. I don't have to like your school to respect the game, respect the effort. And for me, look, candidly, this would have really hurt 10 years ago when MSU had it cooking, because then I have something to lose by this happening. MSU plays a different sport. We're in the GLIAC. We are nowhere. What Michigan announced today is you are going to attempt to be Oregon, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Miami. You're attempting to be a have, not for the last 5 years, but for the next 5. All I can do is respect that.
Let me simplify that for you. Michigan said, here's the thing. We no longer play in the Big Ten. We play in the playoff division, along with the other teams that are always going to be in the playoffs. You guys enjoy the Big Ten. We're competing against those other teams. We're going up against Oregon and Ohio State and Alabama and Georgia. We're not really concerned about you, Big Ten. We've moved on. That's what they've done.
But you have to. See, I don't want to make this punitive towards my own fans, but this is why I don't respect when they cry like bitches when I say something mean about Michigan State. You're getting left behind. You're dead. Own it.
Well,
enjoy the 15,000 people in your stadium tonight.
Maybe. And then we'll get to the people. But maybe, Mike, Ohio State came out publicly and said, we're paying all of this money to our team. Our team. Ohio State is now competing for a national title. Michigan didn't. Michigan had to watch Ohio State take a victory lap. Michigan said, this won't ever happen again.
Which is what I love.
So you could only hope that in MSU, they're saying, okay, you know what? Let's get off the sideline.
I know what I would do if I were a Michigan booster, but if I say this on the air, it is going to incite a riot in East Lansing, and I don't want to do it. But I'm just that type of MF, that if I were Michigan, I know what I'd do.
How about this? 96. We'll get your calls next.
Rico just broke glass in case of emergency.
But there is something that they can do.
No, I will tell you about it next.
97.
Be
No, we're
curious.
not.